All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to get into today is me just giving you some advice on what worked for me when it came to trying to eat more healthier meals compared to unhealthy. And I know I talk a lot about fitness and things in that nature, but I'm here to say and take it on. I'm here to be honest and say I eat a lot of shit meals still. I eat out, sometimes fast food, sometimes I eat junk food. For the most part, none of us eat the exact type of foods, the same portions, the same times. It goes on and on and on. But what I can help you with is something that I discovered years ago when I started to eat a lot of shitty meals. So what I think happened to me when I was younger, I was actually at home in Chicago. My mother was making tons of home-cooked meals. I still would eat out, don't get me wrong, right? In Chicago, there's tons of different foods. But for the most part, you know, my mother was always cooking all this authentic Italian food, and it was delicious. When I moved to Florida, I didn't have her anymore. So slowly but surely, I started to eat out more and more and more, along with eating fast foods and all these different types of things. And I was working out like an animal. And me being young, I was still getting the results. I truthfully was. I was not eating that great, but I definitely was getting great results. And I think mainly because one was my age, and two, even though I was consuming a lot of maybe not so healthy foods, I was also eating some healthy foods, I guess you could say. But what happened to me slowly but surely was I was eating a lot more unhealthier meals than healthy. And I started to discover, even when I was, aging into my mid-20s, I started to put a lot more weight on, and it wasn't healthy weight. I also started to feel really shitty when going to the gym. And I think this is what happens with a lot of people. Regardless if you work out, you just start doing something small, and before you know it, it just becomes a bad habit. I talk about that with smoking or anything. It wasn't like you picked up a cigarette and you started with a pack that day, most likely. You started having one here, one there, and before you know it, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before you know it, you worked up to whatever you worked up to, and what kind of was just something casual maybe became, excessive. So I broke it down to meals and said, let me at least try. I'll eat 3 meals that I want to do, and on my 4th, be very healthy. I'd wake up, breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat whatever the hell I wanted, but the next day, one of those meals I had to eat that was extremely healthy, okay? Then I would eat 3 more, whatever I wanted to eat, then I would have 1 more extremely healthy. So as time went on, I said, let me try 2 of my meals, and then let me try 1 healthy meal, then go back to 2 of my meals, 1 healthy meal. And I started to do that. And again, slowly but surely, I started to see a difference in the way I looked, the way I felt, and obviously when I was working out. But as time went on then, I had to really take a realistic approach here and say, how am I going to kind of get to the point where I'm eating more healthier meals than unhealthy? And that's when I started to just say, let's try this. Let me turn this around and try to eat 2 healthy meals, 1 whatever I wanted to eat. As time went on, I started to feel better and better and better. Now, to this day, what I do is try and incorporate at least 2, if possible, 3 good meals for every 1 shitty meal. That does not mean that I'm always perfect by any means. A lot of times I end up eating 2 good meals and then sometimes 2 bad meals. By me kind of having a lot of bad meals and very few healthy meals, I slowly but surely turned it around where I was eating a lot more healthier meals compared to bad, if that makes sense. You can do this as well. I always talk about doing things as slowly as possible. And I am not a diet guy. I am not, again, going to start following somebody else's routines when it comes to eating. And again, maybe you should just be somebody who tries to incorporate 1 healthy meal per day. That will go a long way. I'm not saying you have to go to the extreme like I did and say 3 good meals and 1 crappy meal. And here's the other thing I'm going to wrap it up with. I don't get into cheat days or any of the bullshit. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm truly about portion control. I really believe what destroys most people is, 1, is their portions are too big, and obviously the other is not burning anything off. One of the reasons I truthfully kept working out throughout the years was not just because of the way I looked and felt, was because of what I wanted to eat. I knew by working out and being physical, I was burning off a lot of calories. And if you truly want to lose weight, figure it out, okay? Again, like I told you at the beginning, I'm not here to tell you what to eat, how much to eat, or any of that shit. That's on you to figure out. Don't expect a nutritionist to figure all this stuff out for you, because here's the deal. In the future, and as time goes on, you are changing. Everybody evolves. Some people get lazier, some people get more active. All these different types of things come into play. You have to focus on what you're doing specifically at this point in time in your life and what results you want, not quickly, months, maybe even years down the line. All right, that's just my opinion. I'm gonna wrap it up there officially. If you get a chance, subscribe. Also, I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I got a podcast that I talk a lot about fitness as well, The Rich Celenza Show, Mastering Self-Confidence. And you could find everything that I'm doing on richcelenza.com. All right.